Hello, everyone. It's Stephanie. Welcome back to English class. Today is Wednesday, April 8th. This is the Vision Church Level 2 class. And I just want to welcome you back. This is our second video class. I really hope these classes will be helpful to you so that you can continue on your journey to learning English. In Monday's class, I promised that I would give you a resource for irregular verbs. And in the back of your student workbook on page 130, there is a list of irregular verbs and their past tense. Of course, this is a very short list. There are many more. And if you want to, because these are those verbs that you just got to know that they're irregular and the past tense is a totally different word. So this is a list to get you started. And you can also just Google a list of irregular verbs and it'll give you a more complete list that you can study on your own, okay? And also, I wanted to let you know that on page 131, there's the comparative and the superlative adjectives, because that's a lesson that we started on Monday as well, and we'll be continuing that lesson today. So that'll be a good resource for you to look at as well, okay? So I just wanted to give you that information that I promised. And so let's get started on today's lesson. Okay, I hope that everyone is doing well and staying safe. I and my family are well, and I'm grateful for that. My children are having a little, what they call cabin fever. And what that means is you are just in one place for too long and you start to get very frustrated and feeling almost like you're stuck, like a prisoner. So my kids are really starting to feel that way. So I hope we get through this coronavirus emergency very quickly. Okay, so today we're going to start on page 87. All right, let's get started here. Okay, so exercise B on page 87. It says, talk with a partner, change the bold words, and make conversations. So today I'm going to be your partner. So we've got 4 pictures there. Picture 1 is a dining table for $299. The second picture is a kitchen table for $99.95. The third picture is a desk lamp for $75.99. And the last picture is a floor lamp for $49.95. Okay, and the useful language box is just some tips for you to know. It says, the dining table is heavier. The dining table is heavier than the kitchen table. Okay, so that's just practice using heavy and heavier. All right, so what are we going to do in this exercise? In this exercise, you're going to talk with a partner and you're going to have conversations about those pictures. And so they tell us what noun we're using and which adjective. So the example, A and B, so like I said, for now while we're doing video class, I'm going to be your partner. Okay, so the example, the question is, which table is heavier? The dining table is heavier. Number 2, which table is smaller? The kitchen table is smaller. So you kind of compare the pictures to create your questions and answers, okay? So number 3, which table is expensiver, right? No, no, because expensive is a 3-syllable adjective. We don't add the ER. We put the word more in front of the adjective. So that question would be, which table is more expensive? The dining table is more expensive because the dining table is $299, and that is more than $99.95. All right. Number 4, which table is taller? The kitchen table is taller. Number 5, which table is wider? The dining table is wider. Number 6, which lamp is shorter? The desk lamp is shorter. Number 7, which lamp is beautifuler? Right? Nope. Beautiful. 3 syllables in that adjective, so instead of adding the ER, we put more in front of the adjective, right? So the question would be, which lamp is more beautiful? And the desk lamp is more beautiful. And the desk lamp is a Tiffany lamp. Remember, we talked about the Tiffany lamps in the last lesson. I said that a Tiffany lamp is a desk lamp usually, but the shade on the lamp is usually glass and it's colorful flowers in the pattern. So that's what that lamp looks like. Okay, so number 8. Which lamp is cheaper? The floor lamp is cheaper because the floor lamp is $49.95 and that's less than $75.99, which is what the Tiffany desk lamp costs. Okay, number 9. Which lamp is gooder? Did you catch that? Okay, which lamp is better? The comparative for good is better. And you can see that in the grammar chart in the last lesson that we did on page 86. It shows you that the comparative for good is better. And then that's also going to be in the list in your student workbook on page 130. Okay, and then the last one, number 10, which lamp is larger? The floor lamp is larger. Okay, all right, so our next exercise. Okay, so now in exercise 3, it says communicate. Talk with a partner. Compare the furniture in each store window. So we have 2 stores here. We've got Perry's Thrift Shop and Greg's Used Furniture Mart. Now, both of these stores are what we call thrift stores, secondhand stores. Thrift store, secondhand store, and used all mean the same thing. It means that someone owned that item before you. So these are 2 secondhand stores, but different stores decide to use different words to describe their store. But just remember, secondhand, thrift, and used all mean the same thing, okay? All right, so what do we have for sale at Perry's Thrift Shop? What's in that store window? So we have a brown chair. We have a brown coffee table, we have a white desk, and we have a floor lamp. In Greg's Used Furniture Mart, we have a green wingback chair. Remember we talked about wingback chairs in the last lesson? And they call it that because the two little flaps on the sides at the top of the chair, they kind of look like wings on the chair, you know? So that's why they call it a wingback. And then we have a desk. We have a desk lamp or a table lamp. And then that little table is usually called a stool. It's like a footstool. You would sit in that chair and put your foot on that little table. So it's called a footstool. All right. And so we're going to, these price tags are so small, it's difficult for me to read, but I wanted to let you get a little bit of practice with saying numbers and prices. So the brown chair at Perry's looks like it's $79. The coffee table at Perry's is $39.95. And the price tag is so light on that desk and floor lamp, I can't read it. So we'll skip that. I looked in the student book and it's light in your book too, so you probably can't read it either. So Greg's Used Furniture Mart has that green wingback chair for $95. And the footstool is $22.50. And that desk and table lamp, the price tag is so light I can't read it. Okay, so now what we're going to do, you're going to talk with a partner again and compare the furniture in each store window. So I am going to be your partner again for this conversation. Okay? All right. So the example here, let's just read that. I like the lamp at Perry's thrift store. Why? It's prettier. Okay, so I'm just going to make up some conversation here. I like the chair at Perry's thrift store. Why? I like it because it's cheaper. I'm always looking for a deal, so I like things that are cheaper. All right, let's see, what else can we say? I like the table at Greg's Used Furniture Mart. Why? Because it's wider. Let's see, what else? I like the chair at Greg's Used Furniture Mart. Why? Because it's more comfortabler. It's comfortabler. Okay, so, oh, did you say that's wrong, Bora? Yes, you are absolutely right, Bora, because comfortable is comfortable. It's a three-syllable word, and because it's an adjective that's more than two syllables, you put more in front of it instead of adding the ER. So I should say, I like the chair at Greg's Used Furniture Mart because it's more comfortable instead of saying comfortabler. So those words would really be difficult to say. Even for an English speaker, those words would be difficult to say. So, yes, very good, Bora. All right, so what else can I say in comparing the furniture in these two stores? How about I like the lamp at Greg's Used Furniture Mart. Why? Because it's smaller. I like small lamps. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I think that's about it. Okay. For comparing the items in the two stores. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Okay, so I think that's all that we need to go over together in this exercise. But I want to encourage you to look over the list on page 130 that shows you the I'm sorry guys, I'm drawing a blank. Remember I talked to you about drawing a blank, what that means? It means you can't remember something that you know that you know. So that's what's happening right now. I'm drawing a blank. I knew what I was going to say and now I can't remember. So anyway, review those two charts on page 130 and 131, and those give you the list of irregular verbs, and it also gives you the list of the comparative form of adjectives. So go over that, practice that on your own. And I think that's the end of this lesson. This lesson was using the comparative form of adjectives. And I think that is it for this lesson, and we will pick up with part 2. The next page we will cover is page 88. All right, and make sure you have your notebook and a pen and your student book so that you can take notes, write down any new words that we might go over in these lessons, because that is always important. Okay. All right, so go take a sip of tea and we will be back with page 88. Good to see you guys in this imaginary classroom.